As we celebrate Africa Month, the issue of a number of religious holidays is again coming under scrutiny in South Africa. And the Congress of Traditional Leaders of South Africa, Contralesa, is calling for May the 8th to be declared as National Ancestors Day. And this petition has been running since 2021. Says the day will be for acknowledging and celebrating African spirituality and its role through ceremonies and rituals. And for more on this conversation, we are now joined by Contralesa Secretary Zolani Mkiva, and he joins us now via our video link. Zolani, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. Let's start off here. Why the call for May the 8th to be declared as National Ancestors Day in South Africa?
Well, we took this decision as Contralesa to support the idea of the Ancestors Day as part of having a balancing act in terms of mainstreaming African spirituality and liberating the African voice, as it were, because you will understand that we are a multi-religious and a multi-spiritual society, but in the main, given the fact that all of us as Africans primarily, we are spiritual and spirituality plays a key role. Currently, in the public domain, there wasn't a specific public day that seeks to foreground African spirituality to the extent that it serves as a uniting day which embraces all the different cultural ramifications of our country as well as the continent. So it is a day wherein we want to make use of it to ensure that indigenous knowledge system is also mainstream in the public domain. But most importantly, it is about the emancipation of the African voice. You know that coloniality as well as the apartheid state did everything that they could to destroy our African culture and our belief system, which mainstream the fact that we have a biological relationship and a spiritual relationship with our forefathers and foremothers. In general term, we call them ancestors. For them, they wanted to destroy this narrative of us interceding with our ancestors to the extent that they would label them as demons. So we are doing this to actually move away from that, for our people not to be shy to relate with their lineage, their genealogy, their history, their customs and their rituals, to say there is nothing wrong. Actually, there is everything right to relate to those who came before you, because we have inherited all our cultural nuances from the brilliance and the wisdom and the bravery of those who came before us. And in us runs their blood, and we carry their bones. We are made of their bones. So we must never shy away and be shy to actually be proud of our ancestors. So this is part and parcel of decolonizing the mind, but at the same time to ensure that we embrace the good practices of Africanity, of the African culture.
And Zolani, how would a day like this be celebrated, particularly when you look at the fact that, you know, we all come from different cultural groupings and different religions? How do we all come together to just celebrate on this one day when we come from different backgrounds?
There is one uniting thing amongst us as a people, is the fact that all of us, we have ancestors. And therefore, it doesn't matter which religion have you ascribed to or you are affiliated to. But the bottom line is that we are all spiritual beings. And therefore, there could be no one way of celebrating this day. But all what we want is that in our given spaces, wherever we are located, it's very important that we intercede with our ancestors, invoke their spirits, because we carry their hopes, we carry their dreams, we carry everything that they lived for, that they tried to achieve. So ours is to ensure that in celebrating them is to do good for our community. So if you like, you can go to the spiritual spaces and meditate. You can go to the gravesite. You can go to the traditional kraals and intercede with the ancestors. But if you like, we can sing and dance our traditional music as we invoke the spirit of our ancestors, for the good of our society, for us to make progression, to ask for their blessings, to ensure that they give us their full support spiritually. That's how we can do it. We can even do festivals if we like.
Yeah.
With traditional.
And Zolani, one would ask, before I let you go, I mean, what steps have you taken to ensure and highlight the importance of this day? And what has been the attitude of government to your request?
Well, we have reached out to government, we have reached out to broader society. Society at large is supportive of this initiative. The petition, which is online, is supported by multitudes of our people in their thousands, if not their millions. But also, we have reached out to the government as well as the other formations that are progressive in society. They support this quest. And ours is not to say with immediate effect, let's make this a public holiday. This could be recognized in the same way as other days are recognized that are not necessarily public holidays. I think the starting point is for this to be recognized as a national day. It doesn't have to be in the calendar. So the government is very slow in terms of its support.
All right.
But it hasn't rejected this call.
All right, Zolani, thank you so much for your time. That's Zolani Mkiva, Contralesa Secretary there, just talking to us about officially declaring the May the 8th as National Ancestors Day in the country.